I'm Katie with Las Vegas Entertainment Weekly, and I'm going to tell you about the fabulous shows here in Las Vegas. COD MGM Grand is an action-packed adventure story about imperial twins who are separated by an attack on their Far Eastern palace. Unlike other Cirque Du Soleil shows in Vegas, this one has a distinguishable plot. The story is exciting, but what really captivates audiences is how it's told. Apart from a brief narrative at the beginning of the show, there is no talking in CA. Instead, the plot is conveyed through performers' actions and an awe-inspiring stage that cost $200 million, and it took 2 years to build. In CA, you see special effects from the silver screen come to life before your eyes. In addition, the show's talented cast includes gymnast, martial artist, aerialist, a baton twirler, and a specialty act that performs a daring routine on a giant spinning wheel. The surrounding stage elements make you feel like you're part of the set, with the action taking place all around you. Throughout the show, the performers enter the stage from the audience. If you're sitting by the aisle, you might even see a warrior appear at your side with a bow and arrow in hand and ready for combat. Instead of a traditional stage, the audience sits facing a seemingly bottomless void filled with smoke. The show starts with a twin brother and sister at a celebration before their palace is attacked by evil warriors. While trying to escape, the twins get separated, and they are each forced to embark on a journey to find one another to reclaim their palace. For the final confrontation between good and evil, the stage transforms into a vertical battleground where the twins must confront the heinous warriors to reclaim their home. But the twins don't go into battle alone. They're joined by some of the characters and friends that they met along their journey. The scene is reminiscent of something from Lord of the Rings, where people from different lands are united by their quest to defeat evil. A gravity-defying battle sequence ensures as the performers run and jump on the vertical platform. At times, the performers change pace, making their actions look like a slow-motion fighting scene from The Matrix. Ultimately, the Imperial twins prevail, and the show ends in a glorious celebration with music, dancing, and fireworks. If you've ever dreamed of embarking on a fantastical adventure, then make sure you see CA on your next stay in Las Vegas. If you're looking for a show that's a fusion of acrobatics, dance, and visual effects, accompanied by a classic rock and roll soundtrack, then all you'll need is love. Show director Dominic Champagne calls Cirque du Soleil's Love a rock and roll poem. The show is a slightly psychedelic journey through the trends and politics of the 60s, and most importantly, the Beatles' history, told through nearly 30 of the group's songs. Love started out as a collaboration between George Harrison and Cirque du Soleil's Guy Laliberte. After Harrison's death, the remaining Beatles and the families of the late group members helped bring Harrison's vision to life, sharing their ideas about song selection and song order for the show. The music director for Love is none other than Sir George Martin, who is best known for his work producing the Beatles' music. Martin's son, Giles, is also music director for the show. Although Love features some well-known Beatles songs, it is not meant to be a greatest hits show. The journey starts with the energetic Get Back at the scene of the Beatles' farewell concert, and then flashes back to Liverpool during World War II when the band members were young children. No journey through the 60s would be complete without a trip through the era of Beatlemania. Acrobats and tumblers on trampolines perform, accompanied by I Wanna Hold Your Hand and Drive My Car. Help serves as the soundtrack for 4 extreme sports athletes who take to the stage leaping 11-foot ramps on inline skates. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and Octopus's Garden are the perfect backdrops for Cirque du Soleil's famous aerial ballet moves. The show even features a jam session created from the authentic recordings of the 4 band members. All of the audio clips and music in the show are from actual recordings from the Beatles' Abbey's Road studio. The show concludes with its namesake, All You Need Is Love, as a montage of photos of the Beatles plays on a huge screen, leaving the audience feeling a bit of nostalgia for a bygone era. Love is not a typical Cirque du Soleil show with high-flying trapeze artists, gymnasts, and acrobats. Although there is some of that in the show, it is a mainly theatrical and dance-oriented show. The creators also wanted to bring a bit of the youth of today into the show, showcasing extreme sports, breakdancing, and street dancing. In the end, it's all about the music, and if you're a fan of the Beatles, you'll have nothing but love for this show. Even if you get covered in popcorn, you won't want to stop the clown from posing as an usher and engaging in some pre-show debauchery with the crowd. With his black suit and disheveled gray hair, he has no problem amusing people. The clown is zany, mischievous, and your first exposure to the unknown at Cirque du Soleil's Mystere at Treasure Island. Mystere recently celebrated its 18th anniversary in Vegas. When it opened, the show was the first Cirque du Soleil production in Vegas, emphasizing its awe-inspiring athleticism and imaginative imagery. It embraces all of the signature Cirque du Soleil elements that have made the production company a mainstay on the Las Vegas Strip. Some audience members may interpret each act as an allegory, but with the innovative costumes and performances, realizing those themes aren't necessary for enjoying this show. What makes Mystere so endearing is that many of the performances are typical circus-style acts, like the flying trapeze, an aerialist, and the teeterboard, an acrobatic tool where a person jumps on one end and what looks like a seesaw, and the person on the other end is launching into the air. However, in Mystere, the boundaries of those disciplines are pushed, creating fantastical routines that you won't see in any other production. Music played by live musicians and singers drives the show, mixing elements of everything from rock to Celtic, African, and soul music. The soundtrack is just as mysterious as the action on stage. Along with awe-inspiring moments, Mystere offers a hearty dose of comedy brought on by the clown, usher, and an adult-sized baby. They appear on stage throughout the show. The clown and baby don't tell jokes, but their wacky antics and interactions with the audience make people laugh. It's hard not to chuckle when you see a man on stage wearing a diaper and a bonnet. When the comedy segments come to a close, the show quickly changes pace. Once again, the audience is sitting in amazement at another thrilling routine. One of these is the Chinese poles. For this act, a group of gymnasts perform on 4 vertical poles. They crawl, jump, and flip up and down across the poles. Their masks add to the implausibility of their performance. While their bodies face away from the audience, their masks are looking right at them. It seems impossible, but then again, this is Mystere. Surprises await you at every turn as you transcend to another realm of imagination at Cirque du Soleil's O. First, you laugh at a silly spectacle of 2 clowns attempting to stay dry under an umbrella filled with holes as they weave their way through the audience before the show begins. Then you're immersed in a smell of spices as a man swings an incense container while several other peculiar-looking characters scatter down the aisles through the seats towards the stage. Mystery, intrigue, and anticipation hang in the air for the journey to begin. Oh, a play on the French word for water is a stunning aquatic masterpiece that explores a world of fantasy beyond your wildest imagination, conveyed through the amazing performances of world-class acrobatics, synchronized swimmers, divers, and an array of other characters in, on, and around a 1.5 million gallon pool. This show, made up of 85 performers and 150 stagehands, contains greatly imaginative yet seemingly impossible images and can be thought of as a living representation of a Salvador Dali or Vladimir Kush painting. The complex combination of infinitely flowing movement from the performers at all times during the show creates an ever-evolving work of art accented by lighting, special effects, and an innovative soundtrack performed by an ensemble of living musicians and singers. A ladder appears where the world-class high divers make their ascent to a 60-foot-high platform. Instead of trying to make it into a wooden barrel like the traditional circus act, 3 divers jump all in at the same time, each landing in a small sectioned area of the pool. It is a death-defying stunt that has everyone holding their breath until they re-emerge from the pool surface. Contortionists amaze and beguile the audience in their ability to morph their bodies into unthinkable positions while gracefully floating on the water. Soldiers on flying carousel horses, dancing sirens, and a man sitting down to read his newspaper while engulfed in flames, and a bevy of other exquisite characters create a unique and enchanting experience at O. Through the different scenes, you will find yourself lost in a dream yet found in a world of fantasy and fun. Welcome to Las Vegas, where Elvis has definitely not left the building. Tribute artists pay homage to him in shows around town. There is an Elvis Museum featuring some of his belongings. Couples can tie the knot with an Elvis impersonator officiating over the ceremony, and stores are filled with Elvis souvenirs. Everywhere you look, from a rusted sign and neon graveyard that proclaims Elvis slept here, to the $9.99 gold-rimmed sunglasses and sideburns at the world's largest gift shop on the corner of Sahara Avenue and the Strip, Elvis lives on. Graceland may be home to his shrine, but it's Las Vegas that pays homage to the spirit of Elvis the entertainer. In 1969, Elvis performed his first show at the International, now the LVH, Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, to a sold-out crowd, and he went on to perform regular engagements at their property for 7 years, a total of 837 consecutive sold-out performances in front of 2.5 million people. Elvis's enduring popularity in Vegas is a tribute to the bonds forged between the singer and the city during that 7-year run between 1969 and 1976. It's a legacy that continues to this day. It is only fitting that Cirque Du Soleil, another group of entertainers with a unique bond to Las Vegas, created Viva Elvis, a show that celebrates the life and music of Elvis through a blend of dances, acrobatics, live music, and video clips. The production features the soaring acrobatics that Cirque Du Soleil is known for, but Viva Elvis also includes a lot of dancing and is much more reminiscent of the Broadway-style show than other Cirque du Soleil shows. Elvis was all about music, and his music is definitely the star of the show. The creators spent 3,000 hours of reviewing and recording Elvis's albums, films, concert recordings, interviews, and home movies to create a truly unique experience of Elvis's sound. Elvis's popularity in Vegas endures, and Viva Elvis ensures that visitors will be enjoying his music and legacy for years to come. Get a taste of a more sensuous side of reality with Cirque du Soleil's Zumanity at New York, New York. This show explores the different realms of sexuality through stunning imagery, aerialist, comical vignettes, and sultry dancing. Unlike other Cirque du Soleil productions, Zumanity has no storyline. Instead, this highly eroticized, cabaret-style spectacular has an array of unique characters whose performances are each themed by different elements of sexuality. Before the show starts, characters appear in the audience for some playful interaction. If you are visiting Las Vegas and living La Vida Loca, make some noise, exclaims Antonio, the first character to appear. His irresistible charm, flirtatious personality, and shiny gold suit captivate the audience. The different acts and performers not only explore the many sides of sensuality, but they also demonstrate the amazing capabilities of the human body. Each of the performers is unique in their personalities and appearances, promoting the idea that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Zumanity's uninhibited theme is a refreshing break from the norm. It takes an amusing look at sexuality and reminds us all that intimacy should always be about having fun.